Right, so it's a lovely day today, absolutely gorgeous, and the sun is beating down. I'll just give you a quick catch-up, actually, of the stuff that we started off, the crops that we've started off recently, and a bit of a plot tour of what we've got growing on at the moment, if that's all right with you guys. Okay, see you in a bit. Now, if you remember, it was exactly 3 weeks ago that I started these off. I'm not even sure whether I actually filmed it, but we were saying about starting winter leaf greens off, brassicas off, and there they are. So there's our broccoli there, the purple sprouting at the front. The F1 Spring Hero, the Kale F1 Winter Bow, they were started 3 weeks ago to the day. And up here in the Tikki tunnel, they'd have been fantastically well. Now what I may do is just let that water that's in the tray there dry out, and once that's dried out, making sure that we don't dry them out too much, those baby plants. Once that's dried out, I'm going to pot them on, get them potted on, get them growing on inside the Tikki tunnel, because I've got some gaps. If you see here, where we started these off, these were started off about 8 or 9 weeks ago as seeds, and these are the cauliflowers, but some of them aren't doing too well. If you look at these specimens, they're not doing very well, these. So I may well take those out, especially that one there. That one's a bad one. That one's a bad one. And that one's got that brownness, dry brownness on the leaf. I don't know why. The other ones are doing fine in here. But there's 3 there that I can take out. I've already taken one out from there, but they're going to be supplemented with these in about a week or two's time. Probably about 2 weeks' time. I'm going to pot them on, or plant them on, either in the buckets, which are going to be going in watering trays in between the beds. The buckets will go in there, and yeah, we'll probably get about 5 or 6 buckets to each one of these little in-between bays here, inside the watering trays, which are there. Now 8 weeks ago, we planted that up, which was the pumpkin bed, the pumpkin that failed. I re-sowed that bed with a variety of different leafy greens and beets. You see the beetroot down there. Amaranth as well on the end here, amaranth, although that's being eaten to death by something. But it's overplanted to buggery, that. But there's just, oh, my own shadow again, I hate that. There's a lot of crops coming through that, and we keep picking them. Every time I come down, I must pick about 40 or 50 leaves off this, and take them away as salads, you know. Curl leaf salad there, that's nice, that stuff. Yeah. These Sensu onions, of which there are 80, are going to be put into the square Tesco buckets this week to further grow. They've got a nice established root system now on them. Those you can see underneath there. They definitely need planting out. They're going to be planted out probably tomorrow, them. And then the ones that I didn't start off in the trays, they'll be planted out into the big beds, along with the remainder of the garlics. And more garlic there to go in. Red onions, more Sensu. Those are electric. Those are the seed Casablanca. We've also got them there, which are the shop bought ones that I was showing you the other day. I've also got, by way of a comparison, I'm going to be doing, because I didn't get any Germador, I've actually bought some Germador there when I went to Pole Green, and I've got 2 Germador there that I'm going to do. So more Germador, more Casablanca going in, electric, Sensu, shop bought, non-seed. See how they get on. But there's an hell of a lot of tidying up to do. Now the top potato bed, the main crop potato bed, is flourishing, and the beetroots that are in here, they were put in 10 weeks ago. They're ready for coming out, these beets. We've got different sorts of multicoloured beetroot that's a little bit further behind, although we are getting beets on them. We're getting the beetroots on them at the bottom there. Multicoloured mix of beetroots. And also the chards, got the Swiss chards in there as well, intermixed with it. Rainbow chard, I think it is actually, because that's a chard apparently. It was planted in as a chard. So you've got the rainbow chard, which looks like beet, and we've also got the yellow and the white chard, Swiss chard, bright lights, all kinds of a mix really in here, and more beetroots there. Also, if you remember the other day, probably about 10 days ago, we planted garlic in here as well, and you can see that the snouts have started to come through. Now this is a week after, this was planted a week after the garlic that was planted in the Tikki hut bed. And what a difference a week makes. Now as you can see from that, they're all up now. I was a bit worried that one or two of them weren't poking through. So these have come through sort of week after the compadres, but they're all poking through now. And you can see there are 8 per row, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. 6 rows of 8. So we're going to have plenty of garlic hopefully coming through this next year. There's some more chard there, and also more beetroot down there growing on. So yeah, I'm thinking about transplanting the kale that's in here, the good kale, the decent kale plant there, and reasonable cauliflower plant. The rest of it's been shot at. I might leave it in just to feed the birds with, but them 2 plants may be getting transplanted up into the greenhouses. But we'll see how we get on. What we really need to do though is start our tidying regime, and we're going to be doing that in here first of all, in the Tikki hut that's behind us. So let's get cracking on with that. Get straight, get tidy, get neat. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is in your neck of the woods. This allotment plot is a mess and it needs to be tidied up. I'm going to start with the Tikki hut. Look at the state of it. So we're going to get all the stuff we don't need ditched off, and all the stuff we do need to keep tidied and squared away. Let's crack on. So I've just started the tidy up, and I've come across these. An 860 piece chipboard screws and wall plugs kit, buried amongst the rubbish and the detritus. I can put some of them screws to good use, I think. So we've been putting some screws to good use there, just to hang tools off. I mean, there's a dustpan and brush, Stanley knife or craft knife, scissors, headlamp there for midnight slug hunts or the dark nights. I've also put, because we're going to be painting shortly, I put all the paint brushes in order there, 50mm down to 30mm. There's me Yankee square, metal square. Put the croppers up there as well. Oh, one thing you should never be without as well is a first aid kit. The first aid kit's there right at the front of the Tikki hut. So as you come in through the door, you can just grab that, slide it off there, and away you go. Just hooks up on there like that. Well, that's a well-stocked basic first aid kit. Got the hay fever tablets there. So yeah, if you just check it out now, I mean, we've just spent about an hour altogether really, tidying up and cleaning, and removing a lot of crap that was inside, and storing things away where they should be stored away really, so you know where to find them. Got all these drawers, I'm utilising these drawers as well. Get stuff in there. There's the charger. This is all cleaning stuff that's in there for our little brew station. As I say, just like I say, it's just, you need to do this sort of thing periodically. Through the summer months, it's difficult to keep on top of it because you're concentrating on your growing and your harvesting and your cropping and all the rest of it. So staying neat and tidy sometimes falls by the wayside. But during autumn, and we'll do it again in the spring. Around about March, we'll do a nice spring cleaning here, and yeah, happy days. There's our solar power setup. We're drawing 14.4 volts there, and that's I've turned on the actual output from that. I was charging my phone up with it. We've just been charging these lithium batteries up with it as well, and it's running the lights. Don't particularly need the lights on actually at the moment. I'll turn them on. But yeah, there's two sets of strip lights there, sort of low ampage, low wattage strip lights there. And there you are, nice and clean. Jobs are good, and keep on top of that really. I didn't really keep on top of it as well as I should be, as well as I should have done really. But it's all nice and neat and tidied away now, isn't it? So we're going to be using this. I can store a lot more things inside the hut. Right, I'll see you later on, boys and girls. If I don't catch you through the week, I'll catch you through the window. As I say, when you get down to your allotments, if you just do an hour, set yourself a goal. Goal today being clearing out the Tikki hut and making it spit and span. Took us an hour, done, job done. Happy days. One off the list. Tomorrow I'll be doing the Tikki tunnel up at the top. Just do an hour a day, keep on top of it. Then get the weeding done, a good weeding twice a week, once or twice a week. And you're laughing. So if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. This is Guru Mafinda signing out. And remember, we love you all. Keep growing with your heads down and take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye, boys and girls. Have a good week.